Okay, so here's a quick follow-up to the last video I did. I did a video on vision, on making sure you've got a vision for yourself and making sure that you're actually living that vision. But it came up in that video. I went through it very briefly, some of the questions you need to ask yourself. So I thought I'd go over a little bit more detail with those questions. So let's start from the very beginning. The big questions. Who am I? Who do I want to be? What do I want? Where do I want to go? All these are big questions, and you break them down based on your experiences because you will get an answer from them. If you ask it, it will come out. You'd be surprised what kind of insight you can get just by asking yourself some very basic questions. So, we start off at that basic question. Who am I? Okay. You got to review your life experiences. You got to review your accomplishments. You got to review what you like and what you want. You've got to review the people around you. You've got to review your thoughts. You've got to review all of these things with that question. And so you can break it down into even more questions. Questions bring things out. So, what thoughts do I want to have? And what thoughts did I have during X situation? What did I do to get myself in this situation that changed me? What do I need to do to improve said situation? Where do I need to be in terms of my relationships? What kind of people do I want around me? All of these questions bring out insight. You will get an answer if you listen carefully. So you got to make sure you listen when you ask those questions. And you got to not be afraid to ask the tough questions. Who am I is a very tough question. And you've got to be ready to dig a little bit to get to that gold, that golden insight, that answer inside of you. And that takes a lot. It takes focus, it takes discipline, it takes toughness. But I guarantee you, if you could have that toughness in an instant, I guarantee you would trade anything to have that toughness. But you got to start by being vulnerable to be tough. You got to have a vulnerability, not a weakness, mind you, but a vulnerability to these questions so that you can learn from these questions. Okay, so we've talked about that who am I question. Now we talk about the who do I want to be question. Okay, who do I want to be? Well, I don't know. Okay, you don't know? Well, then we got to ask some more questions. What are the things that you admire in others so that you can have those things too? Okay, well, you think about your heroes, you think about fictional characters, you think about real people, you think about the people that are in your life that have made a big difference in your life. You think about all of these things, right? And then you ask, okay, what qualities do I want to become? I want these qualities, so who can I become during that? Okay, all right, so you look at your mom, right? Or you look at your dad, okay? Let's say my dad works really, really hard. I want that quality. I want that work ethic quality. Okay, so you think about that. I want to be really great with my work ethic, and I want to work hard, and I want to work long, and I want to be able to go, go, go. Great. Okay. My brother has phenomenal energy. I want that energy. Okay. I want to be able to go and be able to be recharged very quickly and have that drive in me. Okay. So you write that down and you go down the list of the people that you want to emulate, the modeling, the qualities that you want to have. So there's a big one right there. Okay. The next, where do you want to go? Okay. Well, that's a big question. Where do you want to go in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? And there you go. You got like 5 questions from that. Simple, easy. But the answers are where we have to be open and vulnerable with, not the questions. The questions lead to the answers, which is why people are afraid to ask questions. People are afraid to look into themselves. And that's why creating a vision is so hard for the majority of folks because it's hard to be vulnerable, but you've got to be vulnerable to develop that real toughness. I'm not saying be weak. Weakness is a different ball game. Vulnerability is allowing yourself to be open so that you can learn, while weakness is doing the cowardly thing most often. And that's what you don't want to do. You want to be open, you want to be vulnerable so that you can learn the insight from yourself because we all have some wisdom in us. And not only that, but we all have an idea of what we want our future to be and who we want to be. And so this is what you've got to develop for yourself. So the main lesson here is Ask the questions by allowing yourself to be vulnerable to the answer and hearing the truth, and making sure that you can shape your life based on the truth of everything that's going on. So those are some examples of how to get the questions for developing your good vision. Use them well, and make sure that if you want, I want to create more content. So make sure you go to my Patreon below and share this video to somebody who might need it, and take some good stuff from this video. Let me know how I can make this a little bit better in the comments. But thank you very much, and have a great day. Bye bye.